want an easy way to fool everyone around you with no effort needed? Well, that is what I have for you today. A card trick that needs no previous requirements or steps as long as you have a deck of cards and there's actually no effort that's needed other than performing the trick. So here is the performance so you know how amazing it is. So, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to just show you the deck. It's a normal deck of cards, and in real life you can actually do this in a camera or in a live if we're able to go live in these times. But I want you to select any card. So trust me, this is a random selection. So let's say you select this card. I'm going to show it to you. So it's the Outjug card. I hope you can see that. So we have that card right here, and all we're going to do is simply, we're going to take it, and I have it in my hand. We're going to cut it into the middle. So one last time, your card, and simply drop and drop. That's it. It's as clean as it can go, and I have no idea where it is. However, just to be sure, I'll give it an extra few cuts so you know for sure that there's no way I know approximately where it is. And I actually have no idea what the card is because I have no setup or anything, so I can't see it. And all of these cards are different. But through the camera, I want you to focus. Remember the card, and this is only possible if all the viewers do it. So, focus. This is a bit difficult, but I'm going to try my best. It's a bit easier in person, but we're going to try. Let's see if it really works. I think I know what it is. Is it the 3 of spades? Of course it is, because this is such an incredible trick, and I was able to read your minds. Step number 1 to learn this trick is to remember the bottom card. And that is the complete secret. So, but right before you perform the card trick or ask them to select a card, simply as you're talking or as other people are talking in any other circumstance, you're just going to simply take a peek at the bottom card. So, for simplicity's sake, let's look for a more known card. So, let's take an Ace of Hearts for this example. You don't need to use an Ace of Hearts, but that might be useful in the beginning. In the beginning, maybe right before the trick, put like an ace or a card that you know for sure on the bottom. But I think for most people, remembering one card should be fine after a bit of practice. So, you have a card on the bottom, and as they're talking, or you can simply rotate your hand and get a peek, or in any other way, you're going to get a quick glance. You don't want to stare at it and then ask them to pick a card, which is unusual. You just want to get a peek. So once you know the bottom card, in this case, remember the Ace of Hearts with me. So then you're going to ask them to select a card. In the performance, you may have saw me struggle a bit, and that was because in this card trick, you're supposed to actually give the card to the spectator, or if you're doing it on a camera and have a table, just put the card down. So the reason is this. So you want them to select a card. So it's really a random selection. So you can spread it, and if you're on a camera, you can do it in other ways. So you can ask them to, if you know the card dribble, you can do this and then ask them to take it out, or you can spread the cards out and ask them to point at one or something like that. But in any case, they're going to take out a card. So let's look at it. In this case, we have the 7 of spades. I'm going to leave that right here. I hope I can balance it. So we have their selection here. In the real case, you would give it to them or something like that. But then you still have your key card, the Ace of Hearts. What you want to do is, before you instead of just directly putting it in, what you want to do is you want to give the deck a cut. So in the motion of putting the card in, all you're doing is you're holding the deck like this, and you're using your index to push off a slice and grab it in your left hand. Whoops, I dropped my card. But so as you can see, I made a cut. So let me do that one more time. So let me show you. So I have the card, and you have your Ace of Hearts or whatever card on the bottom. You're going to hold the deck. You're going to cut it like this. You're going to grab it, and now you have your Ace of Hearts here on your right hand. At this point, you're going to ask for your spectator to put it here, or you can grab it off the table, and you can show it one last time, and you're going to simply drop it. Now, remember, you have your ace of hearts here, and look where it's going. It's going right on top of their selection. So at this point, even though you technically don't know what their card is, you're going to figure it out. So at this point, the card trick is over. In the performance, I did a few false cuts, but those are not necessary. I'll try to link some in the description down below if you want to take that extra time and effort to do that. But if you don't want to do that, you can put it in the deck and use something called time misdirection. Instead of just directly finding their card again, maybe talk to them, review what happened right there, explain how they took a random card and put it in the middle, and that's all that happened. So that clears their mind from any suspicion. And once you're in this case with the Ace of Hearts, so the Ace of Hearts went right on top of their card. So all you need to do at this point is spread through the cards and find that Ace of Hearts. And that's what it's called, a key card. Your Ace of Hearts, or whatever card, is going to be something called your key card. So we're spreading, and look, Ace of Hearts. Since you put it on top of their selection, the card before it will be their selection. So in this case, the 7 of Spades was the card selected. And at this point, you can do any pattern or say anything you would like. You could just go through and take out the selection. But as you saw in the beginning, I made it up and I said focus, and as if it's a mind reading trick. And that's something incredible about this trick. You can change it however you want based on how you talk. So you can make it something like, you can spread through the cards and drop cards and make it more dramatic. But this is the basics. So you just pull out their card and you reveal that their selection was the 7 of Spades. So that was the card trick, and that's all you need to know. But I want to quickly show you something. If you're in a camera case like me, or you're doing this in a Zoom meeting or some other online meeting, a way you can do this is, if you know the card dribble, so this is not necessary, this is just extra things and ideas. So the card trick I just taught you is already over, so I just want to say that. You don't need to learn this, but if you know something called the card dribble, which looks like this, if you know how to do that, you're simply dropping cards. But if you know how to do this move and you have some experience, a simple idea is, instead of remembering the bottom card, you can ask them to say stop, and then show them their card in a camera. And as they're looking, you can slightly tilt this, and you can get a peek of this card, which is the 6 of Diamonds. And what this does is, now that you know this card, but they don't, you can drop the card and you're in the same scenario again. You can find that 6 of Diamonds, I hope I remembered it right, and find the 9 of Hearts as the selection. But that's just an idea. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That was a really simple card trick that may sound confusing in the beginning as you're hearing me talk, but just watch the video again if you need to. And basically what's happening is you're using a concept called key cards, which fools so many magicians and other people. You're remembering the bottom card, and you're putting the bottom card in any way you want on top of their selection and finding it again. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the like button and all of that good stuff. And that will definitely help me make more videos for you, the viewers. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.